So my dad bought a small sugarcane farm here about 25 years ago, and slowly he grew to just over 1,000 hectares. But unfortunately in 2018 we got something called the longhorn beetle, and with that we had to plough out over 650 hectares, which most of it now we've turned to cocoa and we're running beef, and we've just got over 400 hectares of cane left. So I wouldn't say sugarcane farming is difficult. I mean, we have livestock, so livestock is definitely the worst. That's a 24-hour job. It's a system. So as long as you work the system correctly, it goes fine. I think our biggest difficulty is the mill that we send to. There's obviously been problems with Tonga Hewlett and them going into business rescue, so that's been the biggest difficulty, and the mill with their maintenance, so them breaking down and us not being able to send in, that's the biggest difficulty, but otherwise it's quite nice farming. So we send our sugar to Tonga Hewlett, and from there it gets made into sugar, obviously, and then their byproducts get made into animal feeds, and then I know that some guys use it to produce alcohol like rum. Unfortunately, where we're situated, because of the hills, we have to do it manually. So we get cane cutters in with a cane knife, and they chop right at the base of the cane, right next to the ground. And then, like in places like America, they've got massive harvesters that just come in and do it. So it's quite easy for them, whereas we have to get staff in, and it's not an easy job. And then the cane from there just regrows. The ruling kind of is 10% of your farm should be replanted every year, and with that a new variety should be bought in. Obviously, SAS3, they research all the time new varieties, better things for the areas you live in, our rainfall, our conditions. So it's basically to better your farm and your production out of it. But sugarcane, so we call it ratoon. So every time you've cut it and it's grown again, it's a ratoon. And we normally do it on like the 5th, 6th ratoon, so the from cut and growth. The varieties also depend on how often you're going to cut it. So some varieties you can cut it after 12 months, some you're growing it for 18, 24. So currently on the farm we have about 100 permanent workers. Then we probably get in about 80 seasonal staff, and they come in to help with the harvesting, the weeding, the herbicide, and the fertilizing of the cane. Anyone can become a farmer. I definitely think it's not as easy as everyone puts out to be. I think that, you know, it's hard work. We get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, people think we're absolutely bonkers. But we see the best part of the day. So if you're in for that, then you go for it. But if you prefer an 8 to 5 job, that's not what we do. It's a 24-hour job. It's a love and passion for farming.